This video is about a player who is shy off the pitch but lets his football speak loudly on the pitch. This video is about a player who is going toe-to-toe when it comes to goals and assists with players like Musiala, Son Heung-min, and Saka while playing his first season for a new team in a new setup. This video is about probably the only positive thing in a below-average Chelsea season. This video is about Cole Palmer. We will see how he nearly got kicked out of his Manchester City academy, how he grew into the brilliant footballer that he is right now, and we will compare him with one of the greatest maestros of recent times, and how he might even surpass him. Let's start from the top. Cole Jermaine Palmer was born on May 6, 2002, in Wythenshawe, Manchester. Wythenshawe is dominated by middle-class families, and Cole Palmer's was no different. Palmer was always the quiet one. But to his family, he was a football nut through and through. He and his old man practically lived on the local pitches, kicking a ball around day and night. His first academy wasn't the big shot, Manchester City, it was the local hangout, NJ Wythenshawe. Graham Fowler, one of the coaches at NJ Wythenshawe, recounted his first memories of seeing a young Palmer. Graham Fowler: I walked into NJ Wythenshawe Field and saw this little blonde kid whom people call Cole Palmer. The boy wasn't only dead small but also quick, as he kept running with the ball. At that age, Cole Palmer ran with the ball, and he had about 10 kids chasing him. Before you knew it, Manchester's big boys, City and United, were fighting over him like it was the last cookie in the jar. 8-year-old Cole Palmer was caught between picking Manchester United, a historically rich club, or Manchester City, a club that was coming up as a modern-day juggernaut. His dad made a major decision for his kid. He decided to pick Citizens, as according to him, City had better youth development facilities. Talk about hitting the jackpot. The young lad just kept bossing it, even when he stepped up to join Manchester's top football academy. I mean, Cole Palmer, at the age of 8, was pulling off moves that had his coaches scratching their heads, wondering how a kid so young could be so good. But despite his early success, his physique almost saw him booted out of Manchester City's academy. You see, Palmer was a bit on the short side and lacked the muscle of some of the other lads. It was a real worry for the coaches, and they weren't afraid to give talented players the boot for it. Just ask Aaron Ramsdale. Aaron Ramsdale, standing out as one of the smallest players both at Manchester City and in England's youth teams, Palmer faced an uphill battle from the get-go. But being small wasn't easy, especially in the cutthroat world of City's academy. Unable to rely on brute strength, Palmer had to get crafty, using his slight frame to outsmart opponents and glide past them with ease. It was a real hustle, but Palmer never backed down. And just when it seemed like City might not offer him a scholarship, Jason Wilcox, at the time City's academy director, swooped in and saved the day. Palmer's close call during the scholarship years really lit a fire under him. It pushed him to hit the training pitch even harder, especially in a club like Manchester City where they scout talent from all over. He made his mark with City's U18 team in the 2018-19 season, bagging 4 goals and an assist in 11 appearances. As the golden boy of Manchester City's academy, he eventually rose to captain the under-18s in the 2019-20 season. He played a crucial role in leading his team to glory in both league and cup competitions. In just 14 matches in the under-18 league, he scored 15 goals and 5 assists, cementing his reputation as a rising star destined for big things. Then, boom, promotion to the U23s where he just kept banging in goals and making plays. But it's not just about City. Palmer was making waves with England's U21s too, scoring goals like it was nobody's business. Pep saw the young Cole Palmer grind and rewarded him with a permanent training spot with the big boys, the Man City senior team. Can you imagine the feeling? For Cole, sticking around at the Etihad instead of jetting off like some of his peers, looking at you, Sancho and Frimpong, turned out to be the smart move. He knew there was a massive chance to learn and grow under Pep's wing, and boy, did he seize it. Fast forward to 2020, a year of big moments for the lad. City was dealing with some injury woes, and Pep was like, hey, let's give these young guns a shot. And just like that, Cole got his moment. It was September 30th, and he stepped onto the pitch for his first team debut in the EFL Cup against Burnley. And you know what? He nailed it. He scored his first goal not long after, in a 6-1 Carabao Cup win against Wycombe in September 2021, showing everyone what he was made of. But that was just the beginning. On October 16th, Palmer made an appearance in the Premier League against Burnley, and found himself playing and scoring a hat-trick for City's under-23 side that same night. Talk about making every moment count, right? Next thing you know, he was making waves in the Premier League, banging in goals left and right for the under-23 squad, and even notching one in the Champions League against Club Brugge. And hey, let's not forget his FA Cup debut against Swindon Town, where he scored and assisted yet again in a 4-1 win. Cole Palmer was living proof that dreams really do come true when you've got talent, drive, and a little bit of luck on your side. After Palmer's epic goal in the UEFA Super Cup final against Sevilla last August, he was buzzing. I mean, who wouldn't be after achieving something only Michael Owen had done before? Scoring in both the Super Cup and the Community Shield in the same year? That's not something you hear every day. But then, Pep Guardiola kind of rained on his parade, you know? Right after the match, Guardiola dropped the bomb that either Palmer would get sold or he would have to make peace with limited minutes. Loan was never an option. Talk about a mood swing. Palmer admitted he'd hoped for a loan deal rather than a permanent move. He wanted to grow, and then come back stronger. But hey, sometimes life throws you curveballs, right? So, there Palmer was, realizing for the first time that maybe his future wasn't exactly set in stone at City. And Chelsea was buying every talented kid on the block. Chelsea sealed the deal for £42.5 million. He hit the ground for Chelsea the very next day against Nottingham Forest. However, it was on October 7th that Palmer scored his first goal for Chelsea. Oh, and he even set up Nicholas Jackson for a goal in a massive 4-1 win against Burnley. Talk about making an entrance, right? But wait, there's more. On November 6th, he's at it again, this time against Tottenham Hotspur. He notched a goal and an assist in a thrilling 4-1 win against our London rivals. And get this, just 6 days later, he's back at it, scoring a last-minute penalty against his former club, Manchester City, in a nail-biting 4-4 draw at Stamford Bridge. Pep definitely regretted that. Just so that you know how good this guy is, we will compare him to Mesut Ozil, one of the best playmakers of recent times and a player who matches his profile. One fun fact to start this comparison would be that Ozil also left his first club, Schalke, because he fell out of favor with club management. While that might be a coincidence, the similarity in their playing style is not. Ozil was just something else, you know? His passing was like clockwork, his vision was next level, and he could create scoring chances out of thin air. Plus, his ball control and game reading? Immense. And let's not forget those slick dribbling skills. He was like a maestro out there, running the show from the advanced playmaking role. Sometimes, he'd even sneak up as a second striker or a winger, but mostly, he'd drop back to link up the play. While Palmer sees himself as an attacking player, man, he's all over the place on the pitch too. Striker, winger, number 10, hell, he'll even drop deep into midfield if needed. Just watch how he helped England win the Under-21 European Championship. Total game changer. Pochettino's got his eye on him and sees him as this excellent link player who's got a knack for understanding the midfield game. And what's cool is his unpredictability. Keeps the opposition guessing, you know. Adds that extra spice to the attack. Let's talk about where Ozil was when he was also 21 like Cole Palmer is right now. Well, Ozil was killing it in the Bundesliga for Schalke. He played 46 games for Schalke that season and had an insane 29 assists and 10 goals. Real Madrid came banging on the door of Schalke and signed him, while Cole Palmer already has 14 goals and 10 assists in 34 games, so he's not far off from Ozil's goal plus assists number, as there are many more games to go, and one could argue that the Premier League is probably tougher to perform than the Bundesliga in 2009-10 season. Cole Palmer has become Chelsea's go-to guy, the player they can't do without. And guess what? He's not just killing it for Chelsea. He's making waves internationally too. Started off with a stroke of luck, getting called up to Gareth Southgate's England squad due to a bunch of injuries last November. But let me tell you, it wasn't just luck that kept him there. With Euro 2024 coming up, Palmer's playing like he was born to wear the Three Lions jersey. Should he be selected for England for the Euros? Let us know in the comments. That's all for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe for more footballing content. We will catch up with you guys soon. Adios.